whenever it comes to asymmetrical games, they usually come in their own unique way. And since they have their own unique way and have their own unique way of looking different or having different abilities, that makes the games fun. But except for one guy who has possibly one of the worst takes that anyone could have done better. Meet Pappo. Pappo has been going popular recently, and not in that good way either. Well, I'm going to be showing you why in today's video, and I'm going to be showing you some of the worst examples of how he hates some of these other games. Oh, and if you have a favorite asymmetrical game in here, then you may want to leave because he'll just be rude about all of them. Yeah, he's really harsh in this video. So yeah, we're just gonna go on.
And as we continue, you'll begin to see a pattern.
This is the worst fucking game I've ever played.
Forsaken is a blight on this platform, and serves as the cause of the current landscape of asym games on Roblox. If something is synonymous with the term, it was more than likely inspired by this hog shit. I need to make it clear, I am heavily biased. I hate this game. This video is entirely my own opinion, but before we continue, I feel the need to reiterate that. My words are my own. My opinion is my own. And my own opinion is that I fucking despise this game. The gameplay loop is just Dead by Daylight but worse. Every map has around 5 generators for you to complete, featuring a recreation of the iconic Flow Free app. The issue is, doing it doesn't matter. If you go out of your way to do the objective, it doesn't unlock a win condition. The only reason there would or should be a goal in a game like Forsaken. Completing a task on a generator lowers the time of the round by a small amount, give or take a few seconds. And that's fine, I guess. Dead by Daylight still does it better, but it's better than nothing. It still doesn't give you a way to escape, but it lets you play the game for less time. But it's only fine in concept. In practice, it doesn't do much when the killer adds time back to the round by doing their job and killing everyone. The objective technically does something, but within the game, it's utterly pointless. The generators are an illusion of a goal. And due to it being a mirage, most people don't bother engaging with the system in any way. Instead, their time is spent infinitely looping the killer or doing TikTok dances in the corner of the map. Forsaken's identity is very disjointed. It's trying to be its own thing, yet relies on old Roblox as the base for everything gameplay-wise. The roster of this game is either based off of old Roblox properties or are my awesome cool OC that everyone loves. Said OCs just happen to have more complicated movesets or are fucking terrible to play against. In the same cast, you have characters like Shedletsky, who has access to a sword with a very small hitbox, and chicken that can be used twice that heals up to 40 HP. Or Elliot, who has a pizza and a speed boost. But then you have characters like Two Time, who has a dagger that can stun from behind, with a shorter cooldown than Shedletsky, and an extra 0.5 seconds of stun. A crouch that lets you become undetectable and turns you transparent for 10 seconds, which lets you use a dash with your dagger, and a second life that lets you set your spawn point at the beginning of the round. To make up for it, they're balanced by having only 80 health. But actually, who gives a fuck about balancing because you get 20 health back by hitting a backstab? Keep in mind, Elliot has the same amount of health and is actively a detriment to both the player and the team they are a part of. There is power creep in Forsaken. The designs of certain characters were changed in an attempt to make them more unique or scarier, but in practice look like they were drawn by a 12-year-old on Tumblr. These are supposed to be the same character. The maps are references to older Roblox games, save for 2, and those 2 just happen to be some of the worst maps in the game. It's pretty cool that everything original tends to either fall flat or be busted beyond recognition. Really neat stuff there. It's fine though, because you don't play Forsaken because you like the game. You don't play it because the gameplay is good. You play it because you have an unhealthy infatuation with real people. There's a cognitive dissonance the Forsaken community has when it comes to specific characters. Shedletsky is a character in the game, but he's based off of a real person. The Roblox user, John Shedletsky, has an avatar directly based off of himself. It's an avatar, sure, but it's still meant to be him. It's not an OC, it's a persona. It's the guy John Shedletsky in Roblox. But you know, don't tell that to the people drawing him as a 400-pound chicken. Don't ruin their fun. They aren't harming anyone after all.
Don't say anything.
Forsaken is heavily monetized.
Ignore it then.
During the Halloween event, there was a killer that would take you multiple weeks to unlock using the in-game currency. But if you were to spend real-world money to skip the grind, it would cost a minimum of 60 USD. I find that atrocious, especially when the killer was brought to the base shop less than a month later. The killer, mind you, being incredibly broken. Kirk genuinely Nosferatu is the first pay-to-win asym killer. There is also an enormous amount of skins, most of which being references to pre-existing media. It's designed so if the player recognizes something they like, they will be more inclined to either continue playing or to spend money. They recognize their favorite character, and they want to show their appreciation for their special interest. There's nothing inherently wrong with cosmetics. You're allowed to make money off of your product. I just wish the customization wasn't lazy. I wish it was unique, instead of feeding into the pre-existent love of their players. Forsaken is one of the worst things I've ever played. I hate the gameplay. I hate the fandom. I hate the...
Now, let's get into the ranting. Now, I'm actually going to be talking about this, because I have lots of concerns about this. Now, what did he say about the skins? About them being lazy? Well, let me just tell you something. Aberrant John Doe, right? Aberrant John Doe? And get, like, Aberrant John Doe? No, he has customizations. He has custom voice lines. He has a special look to it. He has custom animations, custom voice lines. But no, it's still too lazy. They need to add more. They should have made it 100 feet tall. Like, people still work hard on these things. This guy acts like it is easy to develop. It's not easy to make YouTube channels, too. This guy just thinks that it's easy to do everything, and then makes, like, everything, and then he puts some random edits that, not a lot of people are good at. And then, this is the same exact guy calling Forsaken trash, but remember, this is the same exact guy saying that you should play Danny's World. Yeah, no. Leave. Okay, but actually, though, if you're gonna be saying that, at least don't call out other games. And saying at the end, well, almost at the end of the video, saying how it does this concept better than all of them. You literally said how it wasn't even a asymmetrical game, though you put it in anyways. And then, hold up. We have to get these designs real quick. These designs. Well, design. Look, if you mean the one on the left, well, I would get that. But if you're talking about the one on the right, how would a 12-year-old even make that? If anything, you just sound like a 12-year-old. Because the one on the right actually looks more of a demon. They made him look better. Or what? Like, what? To customize, like, this guy's just finding every reason in the book to find a reason to complain. He just wants that taste. So he just wants to milk that hate out of the milk. And he just keeps squeezing it until there is no more. Except this guy keeps making points that don't even matter. Like the designs, who cares about the design choice? It doesn't actually matter. Who actually cares? And some of the maps are trash. Yeah. And you know what? I can understand that. But yeah, you can also hate the fandom, but you're talking about the game. Since when were we ever talking about the fandom in any of this? Oh, and remember, if you like the game, you're a bad person. Like, actually leave the game. Like, who let this guy have a YouTube channel? And the fact that, okay, remember, don't harass anybody in this video, but this is literal garbage. Like, get a load of this trash, bro. I mean, this guy puts a lot of effort. Not gonna lie, he low-key embarrassed himself by making this video. And, like, this guy hates on lots of other games, too, which I will mention in a bit. Well, like, in other videos, yeah, we'll be doing other parts of this series. This will be a series. But, like, the fact that, like, he's so unreasonably harsh. Now, we have to give him credit, though. Because in the comments, he did say, so, you versus Homer Dev, huh? A better version of this video will be up within the next few weeks. Feel free to watch this. But keep in mind, I do not agree with a majority of what is said here. Video is too harsh, trying to fix that. So, I do kind of like how he said that. And you can tell he has had some development. But we're not done with this video yet, and I still have to take out my anger. This video just doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, see y'all next time.